Ah, the theater of inflated egos, a place where people build castles of pride on the sands of illusion, thinking they'll stand forever. These are the ones who walk like they own the world, talking louder, standing taller, and believing that no one can touch them. But you see, arrogance is a fragile thing. It looks strong, but it cracks under the right kind of pressure. And sometimes that pressure comes in the form of you. Have you ever wondered why certain people come into your life? Why certain encounters feel almost predestined? It's because life, or maybe something greater than life, has a way of balancing the scales. When someone's ego inflates too far, blocking out humility, kindness, or reality itself, something or someone has to bring them back down to earth. Think about it. Maybe they mistook your kindness for weakness. Maybe they thought they were smarter, stronger, better than you. And you were just doing your thing, being you. But somewhere along the line, the way they treated you, the way they underestimated you, started to crack that carefully constructed facade they wore so confidently. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was just the quiet, undeniable truth of who you are against the bluster of who they pretended to be. Sometimes life chooses the unassuming, the underestimated, the overlooked to deliver the harshest lessons. You didn't set out to be the one to humble them, but here you are, standing in the aftermath of their broken pride, and they're left questioning how it all fell apart. They thought they were untouchable, that they could look down on everyone, manipulate situations to their liking, and always come out on top. But even the most powerful fall, especially when their foundation is built on false confidence and arrogance. You didn't have to do anything special. That's the beauty of it. The truth of who you are, your actions, your integrity, your refusal to bow down to their ego was enough. Enough to break through the smoke and mirrors they used to shield themselves from reality. Enough to show them that no one is above being humbled, not even them. The thing about inflated egos is that they don't leave room for self-awareness. People get so caught up in their own delusions, so convinced of their superiority that they forget the world doesn't revolve around them. And when they cross paths with someone who doesn't feed into their fantasy, who stands firm and unshaken, it's like a mirror being held up to their flaws, and they can't stand what they see. That's where you came in. Not as a destroyer, not as someone seeking vengeance or payback, but as a vessel of truth. They thought they could use you, belittle you, or walk over you. But instead, their encounter with you turned out to be the lesson they didn't know they needed. Sometimes humility doesn't come gently. Sometimes it takes a sharp turn, an unexpected confrontation, or a painful realization. And that's exactly what you brought to the table. It's not about revenge. It's not about proving them wrong. It's about the bigger picture, something greater than either of you at play. Their ego had taken over, and they were losing sight of what truly matters. Maybe life, or maybe something divine, decided it was time for a correction. And you were the instrument of that correction, a reminder that no one is untouchable, no one is above being brought back down to earth. You didn't break them, the truth did. Truth has a way of cutting through even the thickest walls of arrogance. And the truth was, they weren't as strong as they thought. They weren't as perfect, as invincible, as they wanted to believe. Their ego had blinded them, and all it took was one honest reflection, one unshakable encounter with reality for the cracks to form.